Khaleda Zia, Bangladesh's first female prime minister, has died at the age of 80 following a long illness.
She was undergoing treatment at Dhaka's Evercare Hospital. She was under treatment for the past 36 days since being admitted on the 23rd of November with infections in her heart and her lungs. According to a statement issued by her Bangladesh Nationalist Party, the BNP, she breathed her last at 6 a.m. local time. The party, in a post on Facebook, requested everyone to pray for the departed soul.
Now, according to her doctors, she had advanced cirrhosis of the liver, arthritis, diabetes, as well as chest and heart problems.
Khaleda Zia was Prime Minister of Bangladesh from 1991 to 1996 and returned to office from 2001 to 2006. She was the country's first woman Prime Minister. She is the widow of Ziaur Rahman, the former President of Bangladesh and an army commander.
And what we know right now is Khaleda Zia, Bangladesh's first female prime minister, has now died at the age of 80 following a long illness. Now, she was undergoing treatment at Dhaka's Evercare Hospital.
And we'll now cut across to our Assistant Editor, Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibal. Siddhant, Khaleda Zia, she was not in good health. It had been a while. Multiple organ collapse that was being suspected, and now, of course, the news is out. Give us the implications.
Well, this is, I would say, curtains down in an era for Bangladesh. Khaleda Zia was the Prime Minister of the country almost 3 times and the leader of the BNP, with the key poles in Bangladeshi politics. Her death comes at a time when her son just came to the country and the country is going towards election on 12th of February, and it's the party, the BNP party, is seen as the front runner in the elections. Now, we know that the announcement has been made short while ago by the party itself, and we do expect condolences pouring in. In fact, her health was very critical, and the Indian Prime Minister earlier this month had extended his wishes for her early recovery. She, of course, was the widow of the former President of Bangladesh and the army commander Ziaur Rahman. She, of course, carries a huge legacy. Ziaur Rahman himself was one of the key architects of the independence of the country. And her legacy will be talked about today and perhaps in coming few months as well, given the fact that how the BNP and the Awami League both played an important role in the country's formative years. BNP, of course, is seen as a nationalist party. Of course, relationship with India hasn't been as good as Awami League had, but essentially today we do expect a message being sent out from New Delhi as well. Another big question, of course, is how her son will carry forward her legacy, and of course he is seen as someone who could be the Prime Minister of the country once the elections are done. The question, of course, over the elections as well. So several things, several permutations and combinations, but today is a day when her legacy, her role in the country will be remembered, and she was one of the few women Muslim leaders of the world as well. In fact, second after Pakistan's Benazir Bhutto. So she will be seen in that context as well.
Absolutely. And you mentioned that her son, of course, had just arrived in Bangladesh and had a home welcome. Talk to us about the implications and, the upcoming elections that you mentioned that, of course, a big leader, a first female leader in Bangladesh. What kind of implications? What does it mean for Bangladesh as a whole right now?
Well, for Bangladesh, it's a big development. Tariq Rahman's coming home after 17 years in exile is seen as a key political moment for country's history, for country's politics. He had left the country in 2008, the same time when Sheikh Hasina took charge, and he's coming back once Sheikh Hasina has left the country. She's no longer in the country. He is seen as a front runner in many ways. He is seen as the future Prime Minister. That's what his followers say. And he's seen as someone who can bring about a massive change. In fact, his speech on his arrival that he has a dream for Bangladesh, echoing the words of Martin Luther King. He is seen as someone who can bring about a lot of changes and dynamics in the Bangladeshi politics. So a huge moment for Bangladesh. but of course coming at a time when his mother has died after she was ill for some time now.
Siddhant, thanks so much for getting us all those latest updates. And of course, Khaleda Zia leaves a legacy behind her, and which is going to be now taken forward by her son, Tariq Rahman, who has returned to Bangladesh. This is happening just weeks before Bangladesh goes to polls.